Okay, it's February 16th, so right around there somewhere. And I'm starting to prepare my seed trays, my potting trays for starting my vegetables. And I want to show you what I do here. It's kind of frugal method I'm using. You know, I buy this. I bought this last year, and I consider that actually inferior for one reason. It's because they got these large wood chips in there, and in these trays, let's say I take it to the top, and then I try to plant these little smallest seeds in the world. I try to plant them in there, and I come across up against chunks of wood chips and stuff, and you know, sometimes it's very hard even to get the wood chips out of the way, and you know, I tend to wonder that interferes with the growth of the seed, or the seed gets trapped underneath, or it's trying to set a root, and it bangs right, it comes right up against some wood chips. You know, I don't like that. So actually, this isn't an inferior mix. It's a pretty good mix. It's just that I don't like that they got the wood chips in it. And I'll tell you, it's hard to find potting soil without wood chips in it nowadays. Okay, well, then what I'm going to do here is I got a super superior potting soil. And I'm putting that on top. I only put I put in the wood chip underneath deep enough that when the roots finally get that deep, they're going to be strong enough to find their own ways around those wood chips. But see here, this potting soil does not have wood chips in it. And it's the best potting soil I could lay my hands on. And even to conserve it a bit, that's why I'm using the other stuff underneath. Plus, it has different nutrients coming from different places and stuff. And even though this is superior, it doesn't have, I don't believe it has any food for the seedlings in it. It's just, you know, very perfect soil for starting seeds, and it's organic. It's good for vegetables. So, and you pat it down, not too firm, but firm enough, you know. And don't be afraid to stack that in there, because this way later on when you take them out, you're gonna have a nice, it's gonna hold together when you pop these out of there. If you put this in too loose, it's all going to fall apart when you try to pop these out later on. You don't want that. You want the roots to stay as comfortable as possible when you're transplanting these things. Okay? And also what you could use here, you can use, if you're not an organic farmer, you really got a lot of options. And even like I say, the dollar store, you can buy potting soil in the dollar store right now. You can even, if if you have an organic garden, you can use your soil in your garden. What you do is you want to conserve this stuff, because this stuff is expensive here. So you go half and half. You put something on the bottom. Something also, if you got soil from your bottom, when those roots hit the bottom, they got nutrients. They got nutrients they can utilize for their growth. So be careful also when you use the soil from the garden that it's going to have enough humus or material in it. Maybe you want to mix it with some peat moss or something, so that when you do pop them out of the trays, the bottom doesn't all fall apart. Because sometimes soil, it doesn't have enough organic matter and humus in it to act as a sponge to hold things together. Okay, so this is like my first stage here. This year's garden, and we'll see what kind of success I have with this new method now. Double laying these trays. And that's my first tip this year. And also I will be making a video on winter growing winter vegetables, because I ran across something on YouTube, and I'll be sharing that, and I'm gonna sharing that information as I go along too for my subscribers. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, troll a comment, put a good comment, whatever you like. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.